Hello, I'm William Gallagher and this is the 58 Keys Writing Workshop set of videos. I tell you how I happen to write something and then you, please, disagree with me in the comments below. Writer to writer, having a chat. This time, well, as well as a chat, this is one where I don't think you're going to necessarily disagree with me. You just might be able to help me out with something, or maybe I'll help you. Well, that would be good, wouldn't it? Either way. This is about morning pages. Now, I know actually the same idea has lots of different names for it, but that's only one I know. Just so we're on the same morning page. The idea, as I understand it, of a morning page is you get up, you go straight to the keys or a piece of paper with one of those pen things, and you write. And it doesn't matter what you're writing, you're not trying to tell a story, you're not trying to fashion anything, you're just writing words that come out of your head. Stream of consciousness, that's the phrase I'm kind of slowly groping towards. And the only rule is that you don't stop writing. I think there's kind of a guideline of some people say they do it for some specific amount of time. I'm not sure about that. Maybe they just write until they've got to go do something else. Okay. The point of it all is supposed to be that it loosens the writing muscle for you. It gets the juices flowing. And then when you go to write whatever it is today that you have to write, then it will be better because you won't have to warm up to it. Actually, sorry, sudden side thought. I used to edit a particular UK magazine and it became routine. They're really long articles at that time in this magazine. It became just the norm for me to put a pen straight through the first 4 paragraphs or so because they were rubbish. And the article started in paragraph 5 or 6 or somewhere around there. It always felt to me like the writer was like gearing up to get into it. And maybe that's what morning pages gets out of you. Lets you start more fully switched on, alert, ready to write kind of thing. I think that there's another benefit, which is that this can be, writing in general can be cathartic, but morning pages can kind of let whatever's on your mind come out and down onto the page. And it doesn't matter if you ever actually use that writing. I mean, in any circumstance, whatever you're writing, the point is not creating material to use later. It's the action of writing, the method, the logistics of setting yourself up for the day. But if you do happen to come up with something useful in it, well, bonus, great. So all the way around, morning pages, loosen up the muscles, they're like a little workout. Can you loosen muscles in a workout? I mean, look at me, I don't get it. Yeah, okay. Some combination of metaphors here to do with gyms and the mind and writing, they do that. They can also be this catharsism, they can get stuff off your mind and onto the page, which has got to be a good thing. And sometimes maybe you'll end up with material or a line or a story that you will then later use. In every possible way then, morning pages, great. I don't do them. I don't do them because you know that bit of you get up and you go straight to the keys or the pen. Well, it tends to be, at least at the moment, that I get up and I have to go to the keys. I have to get there to write whatever it is, or start writing whatever it is I've got to do today. I don't really have time for it. I mean, I'll get around to breakfast a couple of hours later, usually, probably, almost certainly. Sometimes actually breakfast comes so late it kind of collides into lunch. It's very unhealthy writing the way I do, but needs must, I think. So I don't have time for morning pages. I don't therefore get the benefit of them. Therefore, I know what I said to you is right and works for some people, but I don't feel it myself because I haven't experienced it. However, I did try the opposite. Is this really the opposite? I'm thinking night pages, midnight pages, in fact, instead of morning pages. See what you think of this. For a little patch, I would wait until the time of day when obviously everything was done, okay, or everything I was able to do that day was behind me, and it was late enough that nobody was on the phone or checking emails waiting for me, none of that. And I was just exactly the right tiredness to go to bed, please, and I wouldn't let myself. I mentioned about time lengths and things. I set an hour for this. From the moment I had decided I have definitely got to go to bed, I wouldn't let myself for 60 minutes, and I would instead sit there and write. And it did that thing of, it was not stories I was working on, it was just coming off the top of my head. I think it was cathartic. I think that words kept coming. I don't believe I got any stories out of it, but what I did get was this. Several times until I stopped, I would read what I'd written the next morning, and you would be able to see the point in the writing when I had fallen asleep and kept on writing. It was psychotic what was coming out of me. I mean, really frightening stuff out of there. I don't mean I was suddenly a horrible person or more horrible, depending on what you think of me. Left field didn't cover it. It went off into Crazy Town, Illinois for a couple of sentences before then you'd see it obviously woken up again. Woken up again, but not reread, just somehow carried on doing it. I don't think that was healthy. I certainly didn't get anything useful out of it, and these days if I've got an hour to spare to write on something, I will spend it on writing something else. So I don't do morning pages. I tried, this is my phrase, midnight pages. I tried them and I rejected them. I think what I'm saying is somewhere between the two, there's something that's right for you and there's right for me. There's a patch when this type of free writing, that's the other word for it, one of the other words for it, phrases for it even, free writing like that is good for us when you can fit it in. I'm a little worried though about people who do morning pages tend to do it every morning. They have a schedule, it's part of their working life, their living life, their personal life. Great. If that is the case and it's something you do every morning, what happens on those mornings when you can't do it, when something comes up? Do you feel worse than if you weren't ever doing it? I'm all for committing ourselves to things. I'm all for tying us down to, we will definitely do this because that's the only way I get anything done. But I don't know where the line is with this kind of free writing. Well, that was a good reason for having the comments then, isn't it? Because we're going to have a proper chat about this. If you do morning pages, tell me how you arrange it. Do you have a set time, or is there a set amount? I fill a page or something. How does it work for you? Do you recommend it? Should I try actually to clear that space in the morning for it? I mean, I get up early enough, 15 minutes earlier, wouldn't kill me. Sometimes an hour earlier might, but 15, some amount of time. Tell me what you're thinking and I'll have a proper chat in it. Again, this is the whole point. I start talking because I'm right in front of the camera, then I wait for you. In fact, I'm staying in here until you start typing. So in the meantime, that's it for this 58 Keys writing workshop video. Thank you very much for watching. Now take care of yourself, eh? Write more. Not just morning pages, but you know, more, write more. Yeah. And I'll see you soon.